This is St. Peter AME Zion Church located in Kansas City, Missouri. My name is LWilliams and I am the pastor of St. Peter. And we are about to start a small group discipleship program, which will focus on small groups. This curriculum for the small group, this new small group, was created to introduce and acquaint St. Peter AME Zion Church members with cultural trauma and healing from cultural trauma. The intended audience of our group is all of the adults in the St. Peter AME Zion Church, as well as anyone that actively participates in our church virtually or in person. We already have a small group system in our church called it's called the class meeting system. And so what we're going to do, we're going to suspend the class meeting system for 6 weeks while we present this new small group on healing from cultural trauma. And since the leaders of our current small group have already been trained by me, the pastor, and have experience leading small groups, we're going to continue to use our same 2 leaders, and we're going to have 2 small groups. Also, what we're going to do is we're going to train all the key leaders in our church, because we want them to go through this training first. And we're going to go to an external group called the Trauma Healing Institute, and they will go through a training called Bible-based trauma healing, so they can first be trained before they are put over their new small groups. The objective is that members will understand the meaning of trauma and cultural trauma. Members will recognize cultural trauma in their personal lives, family, church, and community. The members will be able to express and articulate by voice, music, poetry, or other forms of expressions their experiences surrounding cultural trauma. Members will experience or witness healing from cultural trauma for themselves, the congregation, and the community. And number 5, the members will continue to pursue healing and deliverance from cultural trauma and spread the message to others. This is the makeup of our small group. As I mentioned, it's going to be 2 adult groups, and they're going to be split by age. So one group are adults 41 years and up, and the other group is 18 to 40-year-olds. And as you can see, it has active and inactive members, and also like I said earlier, we will also include anyone pretty much that would like to go through this training. The location will be at our church in person, at St. Peter AME Zion Church. We're going to ask them to bring their Bible, electronic or printed, pencil and paper. We're going to provide them a pamphlet about salvation by Bishop Darrell B. Storms, and we will give them handouts. Here are some resources that we will recommend for them, and one is a practical guide for under shepherds, the class leader, and leading a class meeting system. The book by Bishop and Dr. Darrell B. Storms for the Perfecting of the Saints, a book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome, and a website on healing from cultural trauma. Here's our weekly schedule. We're going to define cultural trauma and trauma in the first week. We're going to discuss the transmission of trauma to future generations. We're going to discuss the difference between PTSD versus post-traumatic slave syndrome, which is PTSS. We're going to have body exercises to relieve trauma, and we're going to do Bible studies in the Bible, go over Bible stories in the Bible about cultural trauma, and then we will end with a worship service. And at this time, we will take any questions that you may have regarding this presentation. Thank you.